Hello again, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Lions Pride, and it's basketball season, which is a high point around Emmanuel College, especially after what happened last year. Head coach T.J. Rosine of the men won the regular season championship, won the conference championship, took the #1 seed to the wire in the first round of the playoff last year, and we started the year saying this could be a lot of fun. It was.
It was a lot of fun. Such a good group of seniors, and they
Yeah.
were so fun to coach, and just great group of men. So we had a blast, and I think going to the national tournament in your first year as a Division II program, winning the regular season, winning the tournament, it was a lot of fun.
You lost 3 starters, Kendrick, Austin, and Nate. So I guess that's why the coaches are basing you as a #7 seed, #7 preseason pick going in. Is that a motivation for you?
Yeah, for me, I'm really kind of addicted to just the process of getting better, and I know that sounds overrated and you hear it a lot, but I think that's what it is. I mean, I didn't know what our ceiling was last year. I felt like we could be pretty good. There's so many new players on this team right here that I'm not sure what the ceiling is. I think the growth of this team is going to be progressive over the year, where I think that team had a lot of experience going in. And so I don't think we'll be our best early on. We weren't our best early on last year either, but I think we're going to get better as the year goes on. And I don't like finishing 7th. So yeah, it's motivating for me.
All right, last year you lost Kendrick, who was arguably the best team in the best player in the conference. Austin was undoubtedly the best point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So have you got replacements that you're confident in?
Yeah, we got replacements. I mean, I think one of the things that you don't do is just replace a guy and you play the same style. That typically doesn't happen. So we're probably going to be a little bit different as a team. The skill set of our new point guards is different than that of Austin. The skill set of our new foreman is different than Kendrick. So we're going to look a little bit different offensively. I think we signed a really good freshman class. And got a JUCO transfer point guard who's been really good. And so where this team can get is going to be really interesting, just because there's so many new faces that are going to be playing right off the rip. It's going to be it's going to be fun to watch us grow over the course of the year.
Speaking of point guards, Isaiah Foster had a good stretch down the second half of the season. Is he going to be in the picture for that?
Yeah, Isaiah, Tyon is our transfer. Those two guys right there are neck and neck, and they bring 2 different things to the table, but they both bring really good things. So I'm excited. That battle has really been really competitive and really healthy. Like, they pushed each other and they've been great teammates to each other. So it's been fun to watch those 2 guys go at it.
Emerson McClung's back on the roster, and that's a good thing.
That's absolutely a good thing. Emerson's he's a really good guy. He's a really good leader, especially in the way that, by example, he just goes out and works every day. He just keeps his mouth shut, works hard, competes every play. He's a strong finisher at the rim. His shot's much improved. So yeah, I'm really excited to have Emerson back. He's our best defender for sure. He's a really good defensive player.
What's the ceiling for Brandon Simpson? He can be really good too.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Brandon. I thought Brandon was a lot of this up and down, and sometimes he was great, but he's been really consistent in practice, and especially the last 2 weeks. Just he's an emotional player.
Yeah, he is.
And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. So we try to even out those emotions, not take away his fire, but also balance it in other moments. And he's done a great job of locking in and being focused so far.
How about Mikael Tyson?
Yeah.
He was your big force on the inside. He can change the game too.
Yeah, Mikael he's a senior year. He's another just really good guy. He's an undersized post, but he's a wide body, and he's an intelligent basketball player. And so really also, we're going to need a lot out of Mikael this year. And I think that's the biggest adjustment for Mikael, is we're going to ask a lot more of him than we've ever asked. And he's in the process of adjusting to that. But again, another great coachable kid, and I think he'll get there.
And you were telling me Kyler's going to be out.
Yeah, Kyler tore his ACL, and it was tough. First workout of the year. 5-on-0, just going for a layup towards ACL, and just trusting that the Lord has a good plan for that and believing there's a reason for it. But we're definitely going to miss Kyler.
All right, coming off the bench again, Charlie Velasquez, Michael Wright, I guess coming off the bench. You got people to come in and help you.
Yeah, I think the biggest adjustment for us is like just roles. Like some of these guys are used to being the backup guy here and getting minutes here, and now a lot of these guys are stepping in, and I went from 5 to 20 minutes, or I went from this to that, I went from starter to the. So just adjustment of roles and what's asked of them is going to be the biggest thing. Capable guys, and really diverse skill set. Like when you say Charlie, good shooter, great defender. Mike, stretch 4, small. They all just bring different skills, and so really as a coaching staff, I think we're going to have to do a good job of coaching them and putting them in those roles. And to be honest, it's been okay so far. We've put them in some roles and realized maybe we didn't do a great job of putting them in the right role. We've been adjusting, so hopefully we get it figured out sooner than later. But as coaching staff, we're working through that right now for sure.
I know you don't like to talk about your record, but 11 straight 20-plus win seasons, and you've been a college coach for 18 years. How many here at Emmanuel?
This will be starting my 13th year here at Emmanuel.
Must like it, huh?
Yeah, it's a good place, man. You know how it is around here. Just good people.
Right.
And, I just feel really lucky and really blessed to be at a place where they love their basketball, but it's also about more than just basketball. And when you find a place to work where you enjoy working every day, it's not an easy thing to give up or want to change,
I hadn't heard about you going around interviewing with anybody else, but you're obviously really happy here, and I don't see you ever leaving.
Yeah, I just, Coach Bond, I'm just following his footsteps. He's trying to go for 50. I'll try to go 51 years of here at Emmanuel. Emmanuel's a great place, and you never know what the Lord has in different scenarios, but I can tell you, I hadn't applied for a job in over a decade and haven't felt the urge from the Lord to do that, because He's made us, aware that this is where He has us, and He has clearly laid out work that He has for us to do, and we're just really thankful for that.
Tell you what, if your family keeps growing, you got to start looking at ACC.
That's a whole other conversation. But I think our family's done growing now.
Okay.
But we got 4 awesome children, and working at Emmanuel allows for a great family atmosphere, and that's worth a lot of money right there.
You don't win ball games without good players, and good players have to be coachable. How do you go about recruiting players for Emmanuel? I know you get good people.
Yeah, I think our recruiting philosophy is really something that's really helped us. We don't have a lot of guys leave. We don't got a lot of guys transfer. We got a lot of continuity. I think big part of that is our coaching continuity. Mason was here for so long. Graham here's been here for such a long time. And Graham last year, I haven't had a chance to say this, but Graham was named one of the top 30 under 30 assistants in America. And so you saw Texas Tech, Florida State, and then Emmanuel College. And Graham was named one of the top 30. So obviously having guys like that are really good. And I think the biggest thing is that Graham and Derek both have the same heart that I do. Like, we know what kind of guys we want to coach, and finding those guys is a big piece of it. And I think the second part of it is just being really transparent and honest with them and saying, hey, here's what you get. And to be honest with you, not every kid likes to hear that. But because we've been so honest up front, I think it's translated on the back end for us, where players have been like, hey, this is, in most cases, better than even what we advertise to them. Where I think a lot of the cases is the advertisement's so good that there's a little bit of a drop-off in what you thought you were getting, and we kind of go the opposite way with it, and absolutely have phenomenal character on this team.
Let's talk about strengths and weaknesses of your team.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think we're still working through what our strengths and weaknesses are. I think that sometimes you don't know until you play.
Yeah.
And so we've been playing each other, and there's moments when, is our offense really good or is our defense really bad, or vice versa. So you're going through those moments when you're not really playing other people. I think we are going to be able to score the ball from all 5 spots. I think one of the strengths of our team is definitely going to be our wings, and the way they defend is going to be really important. Like, we've got Emerson and Brandon on the wings, and they're both really strong guards that care about defense. And then we got a really good freshman in Kelvin Jones at KJ that he's a really good defender too. And so I think one of our strengths is that 2-3 spot. Defensively, they're just tough guys that want to guard, and so I think that'd be a really good spot for us to a starting spot defensively.
And what do you need to work on as the season goes along?
Yeah, I think similar to a lot of seasons, but just more than normal is putting guys into roles they can win in. And we're doing role identification probably earlier than we ever have because we need to do it earlier than we ever have. And so we're not there yet. We haven't done a great job as a staff figuring that all the way out. And I think as we grow, like the consistency of our defense, we're a little bit undersized, so the way we rebound the ball is going to be really important. It's got to be a group rebound. I don't think we got a 10, kid who got 10 rebounds a game last year. I don't think we have a 10 rebound guy.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to spread that out, and we're going to have a lot of guys get 3 instead of 1 or 5 instead of 4. We just got to pick that up. So that's a place we got to get better at.
Okay, you and Coach Bonham, before we started this, talking about how early you're getting started. First week in November is pretty early.
It's really early. I don't remember a season coming upon us faster than this one has come upon us, and and so that makes me a little bit nervous just from the standpoint of we're just still figuring things out. Then you run in there and you play 2 great teams like Lenore Ryan and Queens, and right off the rip in that tournament, and you're still trying to figure yourself out. So we got to do that in a hurry. We got to figure ourselves out in a hurry, but hey, you got to play sometime, So it's going to come around, and I'm excited to play and be in the battles with this team.
That tournament's at Young Harris?
Young Harris, yeah.
Okay, when does it start?
We start next Friday, this 7th, November 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
We go that afternoon at 5:30. Is that right? 5:30, and then I think that's right. And then after that, we play Saturday at 2 o'clock. So 5:30 Friday we play Lenore, and then 2 o'clock Saturday we play Queens.
All right. Not going to be any different than any other season. You're going to pile up wins. You're going to challenge for a conference championship, and it's really a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I needed that boost of confidence. I appreciate you believing in us and thinking that's going to happen. I think I'm a little more nervous at this point in the year just because we're just so, last year we just went in knowing more. There's still things we had to work on, but after Austin Green starts 90 games for you, kind of what to expect that same year. After, Colvin puts up a double-double for a year and a half, you kind of know what to expect. And so that's the biggest thing, what we have as a coaching staff is a really good group of guys to coach. And so that's going to make for a fun season in itself. Figuring out all the wins and all the other things that's got to go on, that's going to be a little bit longer process than normal.
All right, first home game is Wednesday the 20th against Lander. Is that a conference game?
No, that's a non-conference. They're just down the road. We haven't played them in a long time, so it'll be a good little rivalry to build up there.
All right, good luck at Young Harris, and we'll see you back here on the 20th. We'll be having the home games for you again. I'm really psyched up about that. Covering a good basketball team with good people, good coaches. Can't ask for more, and it's all here at Emmanuel. We'll see you next time.